billion, not million, $1 billion, as best I can remember, was shoveled out the door.
John Kennedy is going straight at the Biden-era Department of Energy spending. Billions in dollars of grants and loans were rushed out of the door in the last 30 days, guys? And we're just finding this out now?
Mr. Chairman, or Mr. Secretary, I think you're one of President Trump's best appointments. And I'm very impressed with the team that you put together. And I hope you're all willing to serve a long, long, long time. I agree with my friend Senator Coons. I think we need to look ahead. But I would be remiss if I didn't say this. As I might have mentioned before, I used to have a beagle named Roger. Loved him to death. He passed after 15, got a lot of years with him. But Roger, like all the beagles, would run off. He was incorrigible. And sometimes he'd come back a roadkill. And he'd hide it under my back porch. And what I saw in the last 30 days at the Department of Energy under the past administration looked like something Roger kept under my back porch. $78 billion, not million, $1 billion, as best I can remember, was shoveled out the door. And y'all had to clean it up. I'm not saying they were all bad grants and loans, but I'm saying a bunch of them were. And I just couldn't let that go without saying it. Now, I thought I heard you say, correct me if I'm wrong, that you see in our near future small modular nuclear reactors. Can you elaborate on that, or did I misunderstand you?
No, you are correct, Senator. Under one of President Trump's executive orders last year was to see if we could get small modular reactors, next generation reactor designs, critical, meaning running the full nuclear system by July 4 of this year, our nation's 250th birthday. And I sit here today, we still have 2.5 months for that date, but I believe we will have multiple small modular reactors, critical, meaning running their full nuclear system before July 4 this year. I could not be more excited about that.
Okay, so I definitely think that we should probably look at placement. Where will these reactors be? Number one. We'll talk more later.
This is a next generation of nuclear energy where when you can build things small, meaning build as much as possible inside factories, you can drive down costs, you can drive up efficiencies. I think we truly are going to launch a nuclear renaissance during this administration. I think it's going to have enormous benefits around our country. I couldn't be more excited about it. And I could go on for forever, so I'll stop.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Look, this is not a news flash. To some extent, our grid is a mess.
Right, it is. Terrible.
We've made some strides in clean energy, wind, solar. We can't get them hooked up. You didn't father that child, but you got to raise it. What are we doing? What can Congress do to help?
I think there's challenges.
Do we need more transformers? What's the problem?
We need more transformers. We need more switchgear. We need more electrical equipment and electrical steel built in the United States, which is part of our supply chain efforts to build more of these equipments here. We need to apply artificial intelligence to these grid studies that you have to do when you put a new source on. They take years. That's crazy. But with artificial intelligence and I think some more common sense regulation, we're going to speed up these grid studies dramatically and prioritize of all the things that have their hand in the air to connect to the grid, which ones are going to be effective and reliable and improve the operation of the grid and help drive down the prices, and how can we get them approved and actual connection as quickly as possible.
My last question is about AI and quantum computing. Look, I'm very proud what American companies have done in artificial intelligence. I do think we're ahead of China, and what people don't like to talk about in China is AI is supposed to tell you the truth. In China, AI can tell you the truth, except they can't criticize the Chinese government. In the long run, that's going to bite them on the elbow. I support AI. I think it's going to make our lives better if it doesn't kill us first. I don't know what to believe about AI. A lot of the smart people talking about AI also are trying to sell an IPO.
This is true. Valid.
And I'm not saying they're not telling the truth, but I think they're trying to sell an IPO. I would strongly encourage you and your team. The American people are plenty smart, but they're busy earning a living. To try to explain to them in basic terms, and frankly to Congress, how AI can be applied to energy production to make it more affordable and more efficient. Most Americans understand
more so efficiency,
artificial intelligence, at least the general concept. They just don't know what the hell to do with it. And you don't need to comment on that, but you and the big brain sitting behind you, if you could do that for the American people, just centered on energy, and frankly do that for the members of Congress, you all deserve a pay raise.
I just wanted to make sure that I heard everything before I gave adequate commentary here. So let's start with the elephant in the room here. Where did the money go? That's a great question here. It could have gone anywhere, but I think it also makes sense to me a little bit more so now, why it was so interesting, at least, to keep Biden in office as long as he was in office, even though you could have absolutely stepped in, came out to the public and said, this isn't working, guys. He needs flashcards to remember where he's going. How much of this does he even remember now? Okay. Now, secondly here, the AI thing is intriguing here. I do like the idea of AI. I do like the advent of AI. It can definitely make you more efficient at some of the most mundane things here, but it also is going to take a lot of jobs. All right. And I mean this here, but also at the same time, why hire 50 people when you could just pay $20 to ChatGPT, for example, for a month to handle all that, right? That's the reality of AI. When I say it's going to hurt a lot of people, it's going to hurt a lot of people. Okay. Copywriters. Yeah. I think your job is done, bro. I'm going to be honest. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be that guy out here, but that's over. Now, in terms of energy, though, that makes sense here. Okay, it's going to make everything a lot more efficient because it can like real time adjust things when things need to be adjusted. Right. So now we no longer are suffering from the idea of brownouts and blackouts and things. I'm not a super fan of the nuclear, though. I get it. I understand why you're doing it. I mean, that amount of energy is absolutely wild. But do we need like a Chernobyl in the middle of, I don't know. Let me think of something. Newark, New Jersey. Okay. Do we need that? So, I mean, as long as things are shielded adequately and, do your thing here, guys, right? But so the guy said that they're modular. Okay, but that just means that there's going to be more of them everywhere. All right. Our grid is terrible. It's and I mean bad. Like in certain places around the United States of America, these grids are old. Like we have an infrastructure problem. We built things absolutely amazingly 70 years ago. Guess what? We never really did any longer. We never kept it up on some of these places, guys. All right. Some of the big cities, obviously, these are being kept up because obviously you have to. If you want these people to stay in these gigantic cities, they're going to need electricity. All right. So, yeah, I get it. But I'm just not a fan of like the nuclear. Let's just say this here in random places around the United States of America. Like if a mishap happens, geez. All right. But all right, listen, guys, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. But in the meantime, I'll go and catch you guys later.